Hi everybody, it's Miss Mary and I'm here at the Yellowstone Art Museum. I wish I could be at the school with you, but we're being safe. We're doing what we can. If you're in the 4th and 5th grade, many of you already know me. And if you're in the 3rd grade or if you're new to the school, hi, nice to meet you. Usually we come out to the school and you come here to the museum, but what we're going to do this year is we are going to show you art in the museum on the screen, and then Miss Carrie, who you'll meet in a second, is going to show you how to make some art and tell you a little bit more about that.
And hello everyone, I'm Miss Carrie and I'm so excited that you guys are going to be back with us here at the museum virtually. And now we're going to get to make some art together. Now I usually come out and teach 4th and 5th grade art every Thursday. This year we're going to send you some art supplies and you'll get to create art in your classroom with us virtually. So we can't wait to see all your art and to see you all back at the museum soon.
Let's take the elevator.
Good idea. Oh.
Here we are upstairs. Hi. All right, I'm excited about taking a look at another piece of art. This piece of art, it gets a lot more exciting when you get in close. So let's take a look. See what's there. What do you notice? What stands out to you? This piece isn't very realistic. This is an abstract piece of art. So everybody's going to see something really different. And that's what's exciting about it. So when I look at this piece, I notice right here, and I wonder if this big dark shape is a place, like a cave. Is it a thing? Maybe the head of an animal, maybe a rock. There's a lot of things that I see, and I'm just one person taking a look at this. And I'm also excited because you're going to be getting some watercolor pencils. And this artist did a really great job with colored pencils. I see the lines. I see the color he put down. His name is Dimitri Espinoza. Dimitri put in some really solid color and some spots where you see the lines.
Welcome to our virtual studio, everyone. Again, I'm Carrie, and I'm so excited to create some art with you today. Now, everybody got a packet in their backpack that looks something like this, and in this packet is almost everything that you need to create art today. So the very first thing we have is kind of just a few little tips on using watercolor pencil. You've got 2 sheets of paper for you to draw on, as well as some smaller pieces that you can always experiment with. And then we also have the watercolor pencils, which, as some of you may know, are not like regular colored pencils, and we'll go over that in just a minute. And then everybody also has a brush. Now there's a few more things that you'll need as you start creating. The first thing you'll need is a little cup of water. It doesn't have to be much, just like a tiny bit of water. And then also a paper towel is a really good thing to have for this. Now today, when we create our art, we're going to be thinking about place, a place that is important to you or that you like. Maybe it's a place that you've been before. Maybe it's a place that you'd like to go. Maybe it's real or maybe it's imaginary. Is it indoors or is it outdoors? All things that you can think about as we start to create our artwork today. Now I've created a drawing of one of my favorite places, which is my great-grandfather's cabin in Red Lodge. And it's just a small little place, but it's always been really important to me. So that's what I'm going to use as my place today. So now, this is the best part because we're going to get into using our watercolor pencils. So after you've decided on where you're going to draw and what you're going to draw, let's talk about how to use the watercolor pencils. So there are 3 different ways that you can use them. Now the first way is my favorite way. So what you'll do is you'll take your watercolor pencils and you'll put some of that color down first. So I always like to make my mountains kind of purpley. And I'm going to put that color down on my paper first, just as if I was using a normal colored pencil. And I can even layer 2 colors on top of one another. So I'll take maybe my light blue and add in some color as well. Now this is when the magic happens, because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to dip it in my clean water, and I'm going to put that water right on top of the color I put down, and it's going to turn my colored pencil into watercolor. So that's the first way we're going to use watercolor pencil. Now the second way we're going to use watercolor pencil is a little bit different, but it's really good if you want to add in really small details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my watercolor pencil and I'm going to just dip it directly into my water. Now I'm not going to let it sit there for very long because that will break down the tip too much, but just for like 30 seconds or so, get it wet, and then you can go in and you can add in smaller details, and it will give you a really nice, thick, vibrantly colored line. Now the very last way that you can use watercolor pencil is by putting the water down first. So what I would do is I would take my brush, I would dip it into my water, and then I would go back and I would put my water down on my page first. Might be a little hard to see the clear water here, but then what I'm going to do after I get my water down is take my colored pencil and I can go back in on top, and it gives me really nice, smooth lines. So those are the 3 ways that you can use watercolor pencil today, and I can't wait to see what you guys create, and I can't wait to see you guys next time back in the studio to make something else. We'll see you guys soon.